and welcome to Easily Distracted by Plants at the Horseheads Library with the purple-haired plant lady. Today's featured plants will be the pothos. We have these pothos here. We have 4 of them. And these all came from just a clipping from the Steele Memorial Library. And they have gotten very big, and I feel like they deserve new pots. So that's what we will be doing today. These plants all have different names. This plant's name is rat tail because when it was growing, its roots grew like a rat tail and it was super cute, so we named it rat tail. These are the twins, which they don't look exactly the same, but they were planted at the same time, so they're the twins. And this beautiful guy right here, this is Wade Wilson, and if you're a comic book lover, you'll know who Wade Wilson is, otherwise known as Deadpool. The reason I named this one Deadpool, or Wade Wilson, is because I tried to kill it. And if you know anything about pothos, pothos are an unkillable plant, and I tried. So I tried different techniques in growing this plant. It didn't really like it. I finally was fed up, and I just left it on a sill in a bowl of water, never checked the water. And after a couple weeks, I looked at it, and it grew a new leaf, and it grew a new root. I can't kill this plant. I tried, so I decided to give it a new home and a new name, and its name is Wade Wilson. So the pothos plant, it comes from China, Southeast Asia, Australia. It's known for trailing up in a nice viney plant. This plant is unkillable. It's one of your first plants you should try to have in your home if you're interested in gardening, because it's very easy to take care of. So I've picked some new pots for these plants here. We have this terracotta one for Mr. Rat Tail. We've got this one for one of the twins. This is the other twin. And Wade Wilson will be getting this. I had a thought while I was making this video that I feel like I should put it back in this. I don't think that the roots are root bound enough for me to take this out yet. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wash this out really nicely and make sure it has just nice and clean, and then put new dirt in, reset it, and I think it's going to go right back into this cup. I feel like I might shock the plant too much if I put it into too big of a pot. But it's good to check on these roots because they look okay, but they don't look quite right. So that's another reason why I want to make sure that this is clean and that maybe that there's not the beginnings of root rot on this, because I don't want my plants to rot. So I'll be back. I'm going to wash this, and that might be the case for all the other ones too, so maybe they won't get a new home. But I mean, you don't know until you actually look at the roots, and you can't see them until you take all the dirt off. Okay, nice clean cup. That will work nicer. So it doesn't need a new home, it needs a new power washed home. So I've washed it. We will now reassemble the twin back in. Wow. I've never seen this before, but okay, let's see if we can move this camera for you. Hi. Okay. Wow. Can you see this? I wish you could be right here. This was a propagation that I started from just this tiny clipping right here. And do you see it is only attached by 2 roots? 2 tiny roots. This whole plant is attached, and then this whole root system is around that. Those just tiny 2 little roots. That's amazing. I've never seen root formations like this before. I've never propagated plants like this before, but I can't believe it. Look at this. Just this tiny root here and this tiny root here. It's the only thing attaching this plant to this root mass. Wow. So I'm going to be extra careful because it's very fragile, it looks like. So we'll get it back. I think I'm going to give it a different pot. I'm going to give it one of these pots. These Chinese food containers are honestly the best gardening containers you can get. So it's a little bit of a different shape than this one, and I think maybe it will do a little better. So again, I'm going to clean this one out and make sure it's nice and clean for this to go in. So I'll be right back, and then we're going to put rat tail back into a new pot. Wow, this is so cool. I'm really glad that I am at least tearing these apart and looking at the soil, because I think that they really did need to be refreshed, whether it was with the soil, but the roots, they look okay, but I don't think they look 100% healthy. So, and also I noticed as I was trying to pull these out, all the soil was kind of caked up and away from the sides, and I'm noticing this green inside of the cup, so that's probably not a great sign. So it's probably good that I get in there, clean it up, and give it some new life. So that's what we're gonna do. But it's just, these roots are so amazing. I just wish you could see them right. Oh, that's a good, right like that. I mean, look how strong. They're nice and thick, pretty root bound, but oops. We can make this plant better though, definitely. Look at that nice long root right there. So this will have another nice clean home, and I will get some more dirt off this plant, and then we will just give it its new power washed home. Change of plans. So I thought that I would put this back into this, but I feel this pothos really did grow really good roots, and it is pretty root bound. I mean, this is like a pretty good root ball right here, whereas the other ones weren't as hardy as this one. So I'm thinking we're gonna give it a new pot. This one will get a new home, and we'll just do a little experiment, I guess, to see if maybe that's too big. But I feel like this one grew different than the rest of the pothos here. So we're gonna give it a new home. Let's take a look at Mr. Deadpool, Wade Wilson. Now this one is in a shallower bowl, so I wonder if its roots, oh yeah, its roots are looking a little different than the last one. So it's not bally enough for me yet. I mean, it's getting there, but it's not all the way there yet. So why don't we just loosen all this dirt so it's not so caked. And I think we'll give him a wash just so he's in a nice clean bowl again. And we'll just put it back together. It's circular, but it's a flat ball. It's not really a ball, it's more of a plate. And I want more of a root ball. So I think we will put Wade Wilson right back in his bowl. Look, looks pretty nice. We did a great job. Some of our plants got new homes, like this twin right here got a new pot because we're going to do a little experiment to see if it needed a bigger pot. So we have our twin. This is the other twin right here, which we just cleaned. Didn't give it a new pot, but just took a look at the roots. Rat tail did get a new pot. It's just like another Chinese takeout container. So this is rat tail now. And Wade Wilson is in his same home because we want to get more of a root ball with Wade Wilson. All right. So pothos are very fun plants to have. I encourage you to get a pothos if you would like to try any kind of gardening. I will give you a warning. Pothos is toxic to to pets and children. So if you have toddlers that would like to eat leaves, or cats or dogs who would like to chew on plants, probably not the best, but smart animals usually figure out that they probably shouldn't bite on this. But the reason this twin is here is because I actually have a cat, and she started to like to scratch at these plants. So they live here in a nice stress-free environment at the library. So get a pothos. It's not really that toxic. It is if you're gonna eat the whole plant, but not everybody's gonna do that. Thank you for joining us again on Easily Distracted with Plants at the Horseheads Library with the purple-haired plant lady. Join us again for another plant video. Hope you're enjoying this. Have a great day.